out there, all my DIY artsy crafty friends and family. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hello, my name's Dee, the Messy Perfectionist, and on this channel I am sharing my love and learning experience for all things DIY artsy crafty. I really created this channel because I wanted to show that it is okay to allow yourself to be vulnerable in way of creativity, that you don't have to know how to paint or draw or color or build something. You can just start to learn and try, and that's okay. So here, I consider this channel, our community's judgment-free, safe space to explore and nurture your creativity, because I do believe that every single person is a creative being, and sometimes we just need to allow ourselves to explore the unknown aspects of learning something new. And sometimes we're surprised and we are impressed. And if you try something new and you hate it, that's okay. You're not going to love every single thing you do, and that would be crazy if we did, right? But you also don't know how you're going to feel about something until you try it. So if you want to make jewelry, try making jewelry. If you want to start painting, try painting. If you want to start coloring, start coloring. I just encourage you to take that time for yourself and learn something that you've been wanting to do. If you do see something in this video or hear something in this video that you like, please do consider subscribing to my channel. It will really help my little channel grow, and as you can probably tell, I am very much enjoying this experience of sharing with all of you, and you have all brought something to my life as well, so thank you very much for that. But leave me a comment, like, share, subscribe, all of those things. All that helps the YouTube algorithm show other people my content and get me out there. So I did not get a ton of pages done for this month of June. I believe I mentioned in another video kind of the reason why. We were traveling and out of town a little bit due to some family stuff, but I went ahead and I went through my books and marked the pages. So books that I have completed pages for the month of June. So we've got the Ink House, Worlds Within Worlds, Daydreams, World of Wonder, Mythographic Menagerie, and Myth and Magic, which is, I just did a recent flip through for that. So we'll go ahead and get started. I'll just start from top to bottom here. So we'll go through the Ink House first, and I'll talk a little bit about the page. I do have a color along for this page. This, I think I called it color along for library stained glass or something. I do have a playlist for color alongs. I have a playlist for pretty much everything that I've done so far separated out. So if you go to my channel page and check out playlists, you can kind of see how I have things grouped. I did complete this page using Prismacolor Premier pencils and some stamp ink for this table area that I used. I originally planned on filling in these spaces between the glass panes, but I really think the page might feel a little dark and heavy if I added in like a dark gray or black or something like that in between those spaces. I enjoyed doing this page a lot. I love coloring books. I know I say that every time. I like coloring books and old books, and I'm just getting the hang of trying to color like gold, or this was kind of brassy, like those kind of things. And as I mentioned in that color along, kind of I wanted the brightest part of this really to be those windows, which I had seen as stained glass, and I wanted everything else kind of neutral and just using a few of those colors, and just drop down a little bit, you see, of those colors from the windows there, the blues and then the red cup and the green saucer. But that was really it. I wanted kind of those muted tones, if that makes sense. I've only colored one other page in this book, and that was Francois the Frog. You guys have seen as well, and I did a two-part color along for that one too. So now we are going to move on to Worlds Within Worlds by Kirby Rosanes. I thought I did two in here, but I only marked one page, so So look at this. Okay, so since we're here, this was the very first page that I ever colored. So I think it's terrible. I would just love to do it again, or maybe I can go in and add a little bit more depth to it, but it's burnished really well and I wound up using mineral spirits on it, and I don't know what I can do to save it. Maybe that'll be an experiment on its own. So ignore this one for now. But this is the page that I completed, and I did not burnish it out really well because I wasn't sure if I wanted to use my brush or my mineral spirits, or if I wanted to add a little bit more color to this page. I brought a few coloring books with me because I thought I would have more time to do that in the evenings and stuff, but it was just, there was a lot going on, so didn't get to do that. But I think this one came out pretty neat looking. I wanted a like blue and purple background, kind of that night sky, and I think I will burnish this and maybe add some stars and things in the sky. So I guess I'm showing it to you guys now as a June. I did put June's date on there, but I think I am going to go in here more and do a little bit more work, so you might see a little bit more of this picture. But other than that, I think it came out pretty good for kind of doing on the go and not concentrating a whole lot or thinking a whole lot about it. I did use my Black Widow pencils. They were the pencils that I brought with me because a bit more durable in case they got banged up or anything like that during travel. I was a little worried if I brought my Prismacolors and they got banged around that the core would break, and also just because the Prismacolors blend so well. Like with the Black Widows, they blend nice, but you do have to use a little bit more effort to blend your colors, and I wanted that, being that I was traveling and would be moving around and not have like my craft area like I do here. And let me know down below if you guys want to see my little craft space. I do not think I have shared that with you. But, I would be happy to do a little tour of my craft corner. It is just a corner in the room, but I like it. It feels very, it's my happy space. So anyway, here is the one page that I did in Worlds Within Worlds by Kirby Rosanes. So I did do one out of Daydreams by Hannah Carlson. This is another book I have not done much in at all, but I really like the way she came out. I did this one before we went on our trip in the beginning of the month, and really like the way she came out. I like the color palette that I chose, and I think her dress looks really pretty. It's kind of wanted it to feel like those kind of pastel pinks and or soft pinks and greens, and kind of like that magical forest. Like she's the princess of the mushroom kingdom in the forest. But I like this page a lot and decided to not do anything with the background. Again, I may change my mind on that at some point later, but for now I left it as it was, and I did use my Prismacolor Premier pencils to complete this page. Next we have Worlds of Wonder by Johanna Basford, and I did one page in here, it looks like I just did. So this page I did almost entirely in a moving car with my Black Widow pencils. And then just when I got home, I added a few little stars and like the little reflections off the teapot and the cups, and just minimal gel pens where you can see here and there with the plants, flowers down here. And because this whole area was just, there was nothing there, I figured I would make kind of just something simple. Again, I was in a moving car, so I just did like kind of grass, and then this is kind of a dusky sky in the background and a little bit of shadow there off of some of the plants and things. I just wanted to keep that the teepee kind of that neutral tone like I've seen in real life on many, and have the colors be from in the center here and then from the lanterns, just kind of so it looked, those things looked bright. I just wanted to do this almost as if it was a picture frame, and maybe this was a photograph taken of this scene. I like it overall. There are a few things that I do not like this sky I can see is not burnished very well, and I think I did take my my blender pencil with me and try, but again, the Black Widow pencils blend much harder than your Prismacolors do. And that was good for traveling. I didn't want a lot of color smearing all over, and like I said, I didn't want to take my Prismacolors and chance them breaking or anything like that, but I feel like I could go in here and do a little bit more work and make this a little bit better. So that was it in this book. We have two more. We have Mythographic Menagerie. If you are interested in a full flip through of this book, I did do one. If I forget to pop a name card up above, I do have a playlist for book flip throughs and things like that. This is my first and only page so far in this book, and I really like the way this came out. I did use my Ohuhu pastel markers that I had gotten within the last month or so. I am not yet comfortable using marker, so I feel like everything I do is an experiment, and I'm pretty happy with the way this came out. I really liked the way these mushrooms came out, how the water came out, and the leaves came out for the most part. And I definitely can see improvement as far as my blending goes a little bit compared to some other things that I've practiced with marker. But I am a little disappointed here. I used gel pen and it's smeared. I don't know. I swear I leave my books out to dry and it doesn't matter, I will wind up smearing that white gel pen no matter what. I see it here, but and it's odd because I've got the gold on there too, and the gold went on top of the white, yet still the white is smeared here. I'm not sure how that's happened, but I really like this page. This was this book is from Fabiano Antancio. And I did a flip through previously of a different mythographic book that had so many hidden objects. I just did not like it and liked the art in it though, so I purposely looked for another book by her and found this. Last but not least is a page I completed in Myth and Magic. I did do a flip through of this book as well, and I believe I posted it by now, a video of this color along-ish, but I did this page called Night Song, and I used my Derwent Inktense pencils for this, and you can see it held up okay, but it still did warp the page a little bit using the water pencil, and I try to use very minimal water. You need very minimal water to move around Derwent's Inktense pencils, but kind of similarly to the marker, I am inexperienced in using those very much so, and was very intimidated by putting down those Derwent Inktense pencils on this page because I really liked this page and I definitely knew I could do better with just regular pencil. But again, if we don't stretch ourselves and experiment and try new things, then we just stay where we're at. And I like learning new things and new techniques and getting better at whatever skill that I am learning or whatever artistic crafty thing I'm doing. I really think it for me, I want to continue to improve. So this was my first full page that I did with my Derwent Inktense that I was happy with. I had practiced on a few other pages that I like printed out and just could not get the hang of them. So I am happy with the way this blended for my first use of them, and now I don't feel maybe as nervous. I'm seriously considering starting in my little I have a project that I did. This I made with my Cricut, and I generally have like some sewing stuff in here or some of the projects that I've worked on for people, that kind of thing. And I've been thinking I need to put notes in here of how to use different pencils because they're all so different. So that is it, you guys. I appreciate you all so much for watching. I do hope that you found something in this video fun or pretty or inspirational, all those things. But until we speak again, I hope you all have a beautiful rest of your day. Remember to take time for yourself. Be kind to yourself and to others. Bye.